The Persian Empire, one of the greatest civilizations in history, rose from humble beginnings to dominate much of the ancient world. From the visionary leadership of Cyrus the Great to the ambitious reign of Xerxes, the empire became a beacon of power, culture, and innovation. Yet, despite its grandeur, the empire eventually faced division and decline, succumbing to the ambitions of Alexander the Great. In this video, we'll uncover the remarkable journey of the Persian Empire, its triumphs, struggles, and enduring legacy. Have you ever wondered what made the Persian Empire so resilient and influential across centuries? And how did it manage to unite so many diverse cultures under one rule? Join us as we explore these questions and more. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with new historical insights and mythology content. In ancient Persia, a region rich in myth and legend, the foundation of one of history's greatest empires was laid. Surrounded by mountains, deserts, and fertile plains, early Persian tribes thrived, cultivating resilience and unity. These people, who would one day be led by figures like Cyrus the Great, revered their land as a place blessed by divine powers and protected by kings chosen by the gods themselves. Early Persian mythology shaped their culture, instilling reverence for Ahura Mazda, the Zoroastrian god symbolizing truth and light. This divine connection to Ahura Mazda served as the moral backbone of Persian kingship, later influencing Persian emperors in their duty to create a just and unified empire. As tribal chieftains began consolidating power, they wove together a tapestry of loyalty and strength, binding smaller factions into what would become an empire. This alliance was solidified under Cyrus, known not only for his military prowess, but also his vision of a tolerant rule, making him an icon in Persian history. Persia's early rulers adopted innovative strategies to maintain peace across vast territories, balancing strength with a respect for cultural diversity, traits that would define the Persian Empire and make it a model among ancient civilizations. With so many cultures brought under one rule, what do you think was the most crucial factor in keeping the Persian Empire united for so long? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. The land itself became symbolic of power, attracting neighboring empires and igniting rivalries. This was a kingdom both feared and respected, led by kings who, guided by mythology and history, saw themselves as protectors of not just land, but a divine destiny. Here began the rise of a civilization that would endure, its legacy rooted in a commitment to unity, respect, and a powerful vision of kingship bestowed by the gods. Cyrus the Great, one of history's most renowned figures, transformed the Persian Empire into a vast and multicultural realm that marked a new era in ancient history. Known as the Architect of Empire, Cyrus was not just a conqueror but a visionary, establishing a model for governance that prioritized respect for local customs and cultures. Under his leadership, the Persian Empire expanded rapidly, integrating regions like Media, Lydia, and Babylon. His conquests weren't marked by brutal subjugation, but by a strategy of tolerance, making him one of the most respected Persian emperors in history. Cyrus's rule introduced innovations in governance that would influence empires to come. He initiated a system where each territory retained its own culture and religion, a revolutionary approach for ancient civilizations. This respect for diversity allowed the empire to flourish and established a legacy in Persian history as one of the greatest empires of the ancient world. The famous Cyrus Cylinder, often seen as the first charter of human rights, symbolized his dedication to justice, tolerance, and peace, a stark contrast to other rulers of the time. Beyond his policies, Cyrus's military strategy and intelligence were unmatched. Unlike other rulers who focused solely on expansion, Cyrus the Great fortified his borders, blending diplomacy with military might. His respect for the conquered peoples and his unwavering commitment to justice earned him loyalty across his empire, solidifying Persia's position as a major power in ancient history. Cyrus's influence resonated through subsequent Persian emperors, shaping the ideals of kingship for his successors, like Darius and Xerxes, who would carry forward his vision of an inclusive empire. This innovative rule not only laid the foundations for the Achaemenid dynasty, but also shaped the future of empires across the world, making Cyrus the Great a pivotal figure in both Persian history and global governance. Darius I, known as Darius the Great, was a master organizer who transformed the Persian Empire's administrative and military structures, ensuring its place among the greatest empires in history. Building on the foundations laid by Cyrus the Great, Darius implemented a system that strengthened the empire from within, establishing a governance model that allowed Persia to thrive across its vast territories. This remarkable system of organization cemented Darius's legacy as one of the most capable Persian emperors, a ruler who understood that power depended not only on conquest, but on efficient administration. To manage his immense realm, Darius divided the empire into provinces called satrapies, each governed by a satrap who reported directly to him. This innovation, unprecedented in ancient history, ensured local governance remained efficient while maintaining loyalty to the central authority. Darius also introduced the Royal Road, a marvel of ancient infrastructure that allowed rapid communication and trade across the empire. This network connected regions from Sardis to Susa, enabling soldiers, traders, and messengers to travel quickly, a feat that solidified Persia's influence and facilitated the empire's economic strength. In addition to restructuring the administration, Darius also introduced a standardized currency, which stimulated trade and helped unify the empire's diverse economies. This initiative, coupled with his efforts to establish a fair taxation system, fostered prosperity across Persia. These developments were instrumental in making the Persian Empire not only one of the greatest empires of its time, but also a stable civilization admired for its economic and cultural richness. Under Darius's rule, the empire reached its territorial peak, stretching from the Indus Valley to Egypt. His attention to governance and infrastructure created a lasting legacy, laying the groundwork for future Persian emperors, including Xerxes, who would inherit a strong and cohesive empire. Darius the Great's strategic organization turned the Persian Empire into a formidable and enduring civilization, respected throughout ancient history for its visionary approach to empire building. Xerxes I, son of Darius the Great, led the Persian Empire into one of the most famous military campaigns in ancient history, the Greco-Persian Wars. Determined to continue his father's legacy and expand Persian influence, Xerxes amassed an unprecedented army and fleet, creating what was then one of the largest forces in history. His ambition was clear: to bring Greece under Persian control and secure the empire's western borders. Yet this campaign would not only test Persia's might, but also reveal the challenges of managing such a vast empire. In 480 BCE, Xerxes launched his invasion of Greece, crossing the Hellespont with a bridge of boats, a feat that symbolized his determination and the empire's engineering prowess. His forces clashed with the Greeks at the Battle of Thermopylae, where a small coalition of Greek soldiers, including the famous 300 Spartans, mounted a legendary defense. Although the Greeks were eventually overwhelmed, the battle demonstrated the resilience of the city-states and marked the beginning of fierce resistance against Persian expansion. Thermopylae, along with later confrontations, would shape how ancient history remembers Xerxes and his empire. Despite early victories, Xerxes faced setbacks, most notably at the Battle of Salamis. Greek naval tactics, coupled with their intimate knowledge of the local waters, led to a crushing defeat for the Persian fleet. The loss at Salamis forced Xerxes to retreat, leaving behind a portion of his forces under the command of his general, Mardonius, who would later be defeated at the Battle of Plataea. These losses were significant, marking the decline of Persian influence in Greece and reshaping the future of the empire. Xerxes' campaign against Greece showcased both the power and limitations of the Persian Empire. His reign was marked not only by these conflicts, but by extensive building projects and the strengthening of Persian culture. While Xerxes' ambitions secured his place in Persian history, the setbacks during the Greco-Persian Wars emphasized the limits of imperial expansion and the beginning of Persia's gradual decline in influence over the Mediterranean. Following the tumultuous years of conflict with Greece, the Persian Empire entered a period often referred to as its Golden Age, a time of peace, prosperity, and cultural flourishing. With vast territories spanning from the Indus Valley to Egypt, Persia under the Achaemenid dynasty became a thriving center of commerce and cultural exchange, attracting traders, artists, and scholars from across the known world. This era not only cemented Persia's position among the greatest empires of ancient history, but also showcased its remarkable ability to maintain unity among its diverse regions. The peace that characterized this period allowed the Persian emperors to invest heavily in infrastructure, fostering an economic boom that reached every corner of the empire. Roads like the famous Royal Road connected distant cities, enabling the rapid movement of goods, information, and armies, thereby strengthening Persia's hold on its territories. These developments made the Persian Empire a hub of trade in ancient history, with goods such as spices, textiles, and precious metals flowing across its borders, enriching both the state and its people. Cultural exchange flourished as well, with the empire embracing and integrating the traditions, religions, and artistic styles of its many subjects. The influence of Zoroastrianism, Persia's state religion, spread, emphasizing values of truth, justice, and order, which resonated deeply within the diverse society. Persian emperors, revered not only as rulers but as cultural patrons, supported art, architecture, and philosophy, creating a legacy that would inspire future civilizations. This embrace of diversity strengthened the empire's identity, allowing it to remain cohesive despite its immense size. During this golden age, cities like Persepolis became symbols of Persia's wealth and sophistication. Known for its grand palaces, sculptures, and intricate reliefs, Persepolis represented the empire's power and artistic achievements. This era also saw advancements in science, mathematics, and medicine, as scholars from across the empire gathered to exchange knowledge. By fostering such an environment, the Persian emperors ensured that their empire was more than a military power. It was a beacon of ancient civilization, blending tradition with progress. This age of prosperity, peace, and cultural flowering is a testament to the stability and wisdom of Persian governance. While challenges would arise in later years, the Persian Empire's golden age left an enduring legacy, influencing cultures far beyond its borders and solidifying its place in the annals of history and mythology as one of the world's greatest empires. As the Persian Empire continued to expand, it began to face challenges that would ultimately lead to its decline. Internal divisions emerged as regional governors or satraps gained increasing power, sometimes acting independently of the central authority. This decentralization weakened the unity of the empire and sowed seeds of discord across its vast territories. Satraps in key provinces, attracted by the wealth and influence of their positions, occasionally rebelled against the Persian emperors, undermining the cohesion that had long held the empire together. Corruption within the administrative system further eroded trust in the central government. As some Persian officials pursued personal wealth and power, resentment grew among the empire's diverse populations, weakening loyalty to the throne. This division was compounded by economic strain, as heavy taxation became necessary to fund the empire's extensive military campaigns and lavish construction projects. Over time, these factors burdened both the empire's finances and its people, sparking unrest in regions that had once enjoyed prosperity under previous emperors like Cyrus and Darius. External pressures also contributed to Persia's decline. Rival powers, observing the growing vulnerabilities within the empire, sought to reclaim territories and influence. In particular, conflicts with the Greeks persisted, further straining Persia's military resources. This pressure from both within and beyond its borders foreshadowed challenges for future Persian emperors who found themselves struggling to maintain control over an increasingly unstable realm. The later Persian emperors, despite their efforts, could not entirely reverse the divisions within their empire. The combined effects of internal discord, economic strain, and external threats made it difficult to recapture the unity and prosperity of the Golden Age. While the Persian Empire remained formidable, the seeds of its decline had been planted, gradually transforming it from one of the greatest empires of ancient history into a weakened state vulnerable to conquest. This era of division marked a turning point, showing that even the mightiest of empires can falter when unity fades. It set the stage for the eventual fall of Persia, a reminder in ancient history that internal harmony is as crucial as military strength for an empire's survival. In the 4th century BCE, the Persian Empire faced a new and formidable threat: Alexander of Macedon, known to history as Alexander the Great. A brilliant strategist and fearless warrior, Alexander set his sights on Persia, the greatest empire of his time. With his highly trained Macedonian army, he crossed into Asia Minor, challenging the Persian emperors and marking the beginning of a campaign that would change ancient history forever. If you're enjoying this exploration of the Persian Empire, subscribe to Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and activate the bell so you won't miss out on our future stories of ancient civilizations and legendary myths. Alexander's invasion was not merely about conquest. He sought to surpass the achievements of previous rulers like Cyrus and Darius, pushing his empire's reach to unprecedented limits. At the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE, he faced Darius III, the last of the great Persian emperors. Although Darius commanded a massive army, Alexander's tactical genius led to a decisive victory. This triumph marked a turning point in the Persian-Greek conflict, showcasing Alexander's ambition and the growing vulnerability of the Persian Empire. Following Issus, Alexander moved south, taking cities along the Mediterranean coast and securing a vital supply line. In 331 BCE, he met Darius III again at the Battle of Gaugamela, one of the most famous battles in ancient history. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Alexander's superior tactics and disciplined forces broke through the Persian lines, forcing Darius to flee and sealing Persia's fate. Gaugamela was not only a victory but the beginning of the end for the Persian Empire, which had once been one of the greatest empires in the ancient world. After Darius's defeat, Alexander marched into the heart of Persia, seizing the capital cities of Susa, Babylon, and eventually Persepolis, where he famously burned the city as a symbolic act of conquest. With these victories, Alexander claimed the title of King of Asia, ending centuries of Persian dominance. Yet, While Alexander's arrival marked the fall of the Achaemenid dynasty, it also preserved much of Persian culture. Alexander admired Persian traditions, adopting elements into his rule, which allowed Persia's legacy to endure even as the empire itself fell. The arrival of Alexander the Great signified both the end of the Persian Empire and the beginning of a new era in ancient history. Through his conquests, the Persian legacy continued to influence art, culture, and governance across his vast empire, bridging East and West in a way that would shape history for centuries to come. Though the Persian Empire eventually fell to Alexander the Great, its legacy endured, influencing civilizations far beyond its borders. The Persian emperors, particularly Cyrus the Great and Darius, introduced governance systems that emphasized tolerance and respect for diversity, a revolutionary approach in ancient history. Their policies inspired later empires, and their commitment to justice is seen as a foundation for modern concepts of human rights. The famed Cyrus Cylinder, often regarded as the first charter of human rights, reflects this lasting influence, symbolizing the Persian Empire's unique approach to ruling vast, culturally diverse territories. What do you think was the biggest challenge faced by Persian emperors in sustaining such a vast empire? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Persian innovations in administration, like the satrapy system, were adopted by future rulers and adapted across centuries. This system of regional governance allowed the empire to remain cohesive across thousands of miles, from the Indus Valley to the Mediterranean. The Royal Road, another Persian achievement, became a vital trade and communication route, facilitating not only commerce but also the spread of ideas, art, and religion. Persian infrastructure laid the groundwork for the Silk Road, connecting East and West in ways that would shape the ancient and medieval worlds. In addition to governance and trade, Persian culture left an indelible mark on art, architecture, and philosophy. Grand structures like Persepolis displayed the empire's wealth and artistic vision, blending various regional styles that celebrated the diversity within the Persian Empire. Zoroastrianism, Persia's main religion, introduced ideas of dualism, the struggle between good and evil, and concepts of heaven and hell. These beliefs influenced major world religions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, embedding Persian philosophy within global religious thought. Even after the empire's fall, its spirit lived on through the rulers who embraced Persian customs, especially in the regions once part of its territory. Persian emperors were admired as models of kingship, and the empire's practices shaped governance throughout the ancient and medieval worlds. Persian history, mythology, and culture remained resilient, symbolizing unity, strength, and cultural fusion, and inspiring civilizations that followed. The Persian Empire stands among the greatest empires in history, not only for its size, but for its ideals and innovations. Its impact continues to resonate today, a testament to a civilization that valued inclusivity, justice, and progress, leaving an enduring influence that bridged past and future. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video on Best of History and Mythology.